Welcome to Off-Grid Victory. So I have a new generator here that I added to my collection of generators. I have Yamahas, I have Champions, I have kind of a no-name brand. Yeah, living off-grid, you need more than one generator, especially for different occasions, right? And for different power levels. So this is my newest, and it's the Champion. It's the dual fuel variety, so it takes both gasoline and liquid propane. And so yeah, let's go ahead and do a review on it. So by no way am I sponsored or anything. I actually bought this, and that's another thing I want to get to in terms of purchase and how you should buy it, intelligently without having to pay an arm and a leg for this thing. So it's the 4500 watt variety. That's the peak when it starts, and it runs at, I believe, at 3150 watts in terms of continuous. And it does have an inverter inside, so the power that you generate here should be fairly clean. But I buy these things not because of that, but because of its dual fuel ability. And I run everything pretty much as I can on liquid propane. So let's get to it. So the first thing I wanted to show you, excuse all the shadow in here, try to get that away. So this is the dual fuel variety. I've already put the propane on. Let's go ahead and try to start it. So it's cold, so the battery doesn't like it, and you can hear the battery. There it goes. So, all right, so a couple things already that you could tell. It's a cold day in here in the Ozarks, and of course on a cold day the battery doesn't like it. The battery that's in this particular generator is very small, and doesn't hold a lot of amp hours, and so that's probably the first thing's going to go. So at some point I'll probably have to just rely on this handle. However, what I wanted to show you is that it is fairly easy to start for somebody who can't really start a generator. You just put it on the choke position, try to start it, and then of course on the run position, and you start it. And you press down this button in order to get the engine to start. Now, the nice thing about this generator, I'm not speaking over it that much, but you can tell it's pretty quiet. And so that's the main thing about this generator that I really like. The other thing I like is it has these pretty beefy handles on top, as well as this handle here. It has caster wheels in the rear here, and you can use that to move it around. I like all of that. These handles look pretty beefy, although I wouldn't recommend lifting with this, but to move it around, definitely. I like all the controls here, and for guys who are RVers, there's a 30 amp circuit, and clearly it says here RV, and so a lot of good stuff about it. Now, things that I don't like about this thing. First of all, like I said, the battery on this is very limited. And the other thing I don't like about it is that, like, it has really cheesy plasticky parts like this. This is the engine bay cover for doing the oil and things like that. This thing just came off day one. Like, literally it'll shake itself out. I might have to use some kind of a metal washer in here, or maybe even tape this from it coming apart. But you know, what do you expect from made in China? But in terms of the rest of the quality, the build quality, it's not bad. And of course, the pro tip here is I'm never going to put gasoline in it. So this is now registering empty, and there's never been any gasoline in here, nor there will be, just to save the carburetor, right? So yeah, it's running on propane. I mean, the benefits of this is it's quiet. It's not super portable because it does weigh about 90 or so pounds, but maybe 80, something like that. You can lift it and you can wheel it around on flat surfaces quite well. Now, is it the quality of a let's say a Yamaha or a Honda? No, it's not. But then you're paying half that price, right? So I think I paid about $815 for this generator, and that's the other thing, buying it smart. I've seen this as high on Amazon, as high as $1,600. Currently, as I'm making this video, I just checked it, it's $1,000. So you can see there's a lot of variability in terms of the pricing of this thing. And so, yeah, that's something to be aware of. And so buy it at the right time. That's the other thing as well. And don't be too quick to pull the switch, if you will. And so, yeah, it's really easy. Let me go ahead and turn it off. So propane, how do you turn off a propane generator? Well, you turn off the propane, right? So the other thing I wanted to talk about that I really do like is this quick disconnect system on the propane. See, they give you a hose. This comes with it. So everything here except for the propane tank itself, you don't get. But it has this really nice disconnect. And then, of course, you can just plug this guy back up. And then so it'll be enclosed. But yeah, I really like this. I mean, the only bad thing is because it's such a proprietary thing, if you get rid of this hose, of course, you're going to have to go to Champion to get it. But that's fine. I mean, these hoses last quite a long time, and as long as you don't leave it out all the time, it should last you for many, many years, just like the generator will. Keep up with the oil changes, of course, and don't run gasoline in it. That's the main thing, right? So yeah, that's my review of this Champion 4500 watt inverter generator, dual fuel version. And I would recommend it. I mean, we'll have to see in a few years. I'll do a long-term review. But the products that I've received from Champion, yeah, they're plasticky, but they do work and they do hold up well. The batteries on these things pretty much suck. You're gonna have to probably tender it and charge it. Even on this video, you heard how weak it was trying to start it up, right? And then, of course, when you're done, don't leave it on this position, although it would be fine, because really, that's the battery, right? So when you depress this, the circuit goes on. But at any rate, that's the stop position right there. So with that said, I would recommend it, and it's a nice addition to my generator collection, I guess. I would recommend it for off-grid living as well as RVing, if you could handle the weight. And so, yeah, that's it, guys. Alrighty. Shalom.